Godzilla has faced titans of great strength throughout the years. Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, Destroyer, and many others. Some have even come close to killing the king of the monsters and taking over the planet. But none have managed to take him down, and he remains the protector of the Earth. But what if I was to tell you there is a mystery titan, something more powerful than our very own god of destruction? A demonic monster that was going to battle Godzilla, but was deemed too much of an unfair fight. Let's take a look at the infamous Bagan, the god of darkness. And make a return to strike down Godzilla? Well, let's find out today on Dangerville.
We need your help, sir.
Sorry, bro. I don't whaling games.
To understand what Bagan is, we have to time travel back to the year 1980, 5 years after the last Showa Godzilla film, Terror of Mechagodzilla, when the revival of the Godzilla series began its development. Originally titled The Resurrection of Godzilla, a monster called Bagan was going to fight the king of the monsters in the first film of the Heisei era. Bagan, the initial draft for what would become Bagan, was a chimera-like creature standing at a height of 150 meters tall and weighed a whopping 280,000 metric tons. One of the heaviest titans in the Godzilla series, who could shapeshift from one form to another with ease. Its first form closely resembled an ape-like creature before moving on to more of a dragon-like beast after being wounded, and later on in the film would transform to become a sea monster. After Godzilla arrived in Japan in search of nuclear energy, he fought and defeated Bagan. In 1983, a second draft of the script will be written, and with it came some minor changes to the monster. Now each time Bagan changed forms, he healed himself, giving him a huge advantage against the king of the monsters. Later in the film, after realizing that Bagan cannot defeat Godzilla in one single form, he merged all three into one gigantic, hideous creature, forming a hybridized monster with each form stacked on top of each other like a totem pole. But after transforming into this super monster, Godzilla realized he can no longer transform to heal himself, which left Bagan vulnerable to Godzilla's attacks, where he killed the monster using his atomic breath, which was supercharged by nuclear energy. But Toho decided to remove Bagan from the final film, as they wanted this rebooted series to start off by homaging the original 1954 Gojira, having the King of the Monsters take center stage as the only Daikaiju in the film. Now fast forward to 1990, Bagan, now taking the name Bagan, was written in for Mothra's new solo film titled Mothra vs. Bagan. The director decided to overhaul the monster, removing the shape-shifting ability, but instead completely boosting its powers and abilities. Now known as the God of Darkness, Bagan was frozen after defeating Mothra's clan, but global warming has defrosted the Titan, and the monster was let loose to wreak havoc across the world. Mothra tried to stop the Titan, but was killed during their fight in Bangkok, although her larva cocooned itself and transformed into a new, stronger Mothra, where she was able to finally defeat the God of Darkness. Well, this sounds epic, so where is this film? Well, unfortunately, after Godzilla vs. Biollante performed poorly at the Japanese box office, they decided against the creation of any new monsters and instead would develop Godzilla vs. Mothra in 1992. Rats. So did Bagan ever make it into a final piece of Godzilla media? Well, my beautiful residents, let me introduce you to Super Godzilla for the SNES.
迫力のアニメバトルシステム超ゴジラ12月発売
In 1994, Toho would release a new Godzilla simulation game called Super Godzilla, and honestly I was obsessed with it. You guide Godzilla through different levels and fought whatever monster you came across, battling classics like King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, Biollante, Batra, Mecha King Ghidorah before meeting the final boss, Bagan. Yes, he made his official appearance in this game and is accompanied by one badass theme song. Fans heard rumours of Bagan, Godzilla's strongest foe yet, that was going to feature in a movie for over a decade, but to no avail. But were shocked to find out that this Titan showed up in their brand new video game as the big bad final boss, almost looking like a beefier Godzilla with devil-like horns and spiny protrusions. The game describes the monster as such. This original super monster is making his first appearance in this game. The monster, Bagan, born in a super ancient China, shrouded in legend and myth, rules over land, sea and air. The aliens fused Godzilla's cells and King Ghidorah's cells with Bagan to create the strongest, most evil and ferocious monster. He has unimaginable destructive power. The Godzilla and King Ghidorah cells fused with him enable him to use weapons of the monster's past, such as fire breath attack and laser light from his horns, and it makes those weapons even more powerful. The thick Bagan cells are even more indestructible than metal, and his super weight makes his body so sturdy that he does not even notice Godzilla's attacks. And that's from the Super Godzilla manual. In Super Godzilla, Bagan can shoot a plasma beam from its mouth, as well as a diamond storm attack from its horns. And when all three horns combine, they can fire a powerful destructive ray, burning everything for miles around. He can also levitate, giving him an even greater advantage in combat. Bagan is easily the most powerful foe in the game, impossible to defeat as normal Godzilla, so you have to transform into Super Godzilla to even stand a chance. Following the game's release, after Bagan proved to be quite popular, a new Godzilla vs. Bagan film was attempted at Toho for a 1995 release. Not much is known about the film, but Takao Okawara, the director of several Heisei Godzilla films, states Bagan was going to be a harbinger for the end of the world, awakened in 1999 and dead set on ending all life on the planet, but was going to be defeated by Godzilla and his son Godzilla Jr. But the Heisei series was struggling financially at the box office, so Bagan was dropped and replaced with Destroyer, a monster created by the Oxygen Destroyer, linking the film back to the 1954 original, and Godzilla was, in the end, tragically killed off, to end the Heisei series, putting the franchise on hiatus. Bagan went on to feature in the Studio Movie Tour, a point-and-click computer game from 1998, and was even recently featured in 2022 in the official Godzilla puppet show, Godziban, where he was unleashed by the Futurians to wreak havoc across the world. So despite never actually featuring in a single Godzilla film, it's safe to say that Bagan has left quite an impressive legacy. It's clear a lot of love and care went into designing this monster, and someday maybe we can see it make an appearance in a feature film, but right now we can only dream. The story of Bagan is quite tragic. Time after time he was almost given a shot in a feature film, but every time he was left on the cutting room floor. Is this Titan cursed? We may never know. Would you like to see Bagan make a grand entrance to the Godzilla series? Perhaps in Toho's new Godzilla film coming this year? Or perhaps next year's Godzilla vs. Kong sequel? Let us know in the comment section down below. Subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of Dangerville today. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.